These are 10 British fizzy drink flavours that vanished from our shelves. Number 3 was the secondary school favourite. Number 6 divided the nation with once-in-a-lifetime watermelon milk. And number 1 cost just 10 to 20 pence when pocket money was everything. Those of us who remember when choosing a fizzy drink felt like a tribal declaration. This one's for you. Number 10, Still Tango, the bottle bomb. In June 1994, Britvic launched Still Tango in distinctive black bottles. It tasted like tango without the fizz, but drinks began fermenting on shelves, building pressure until bottles bulged and caps popped. Over 1 million bottles were recalled. Britvic tried again in September 1995 with a small relaunch in one newsagent in Surrey. It didn't work, and the black bottles became collectible souvenirs. What fizzled out with it was consumer trust, and the belief major brands could experiment with still variants without remembering the bottles that exploded. If you think fermented bottles were bad, wait until you hear what happened when Scotland's most iconic drink went mental. Number 9. Iron Brew 32. Derek the Cuckoo. In 2006, AG Bar launched Iron Brew 32, an energy drink referencing the original's 32 flavour secret recipe. The £1 million campaign introduced Derek the Cuckoo, an actor in a giant blue cuckoo suit shouting "Wakey, wakey" and bursting through libraries and discos. The character was absurd, aggressive and proudly Scottish. Awards came quickly. Sales spiked. Then the drink disappeared, unable to compete against Red Bull's dominance despite the buzz. And with its withdrawal came a reminder that award-winning campaigns don't guarantee lasting products. Speaking of Scottish drinks that burned bright and vanished, this next one literally burned your mouth and you loved it for that. Number 8. Iron Brew Fiery. Lock up your grannies. In September 2011, Iron Brew launched Fiery, its first limited edition in 110 years. Black-orange packaging and 2 secret hot ingredients created a mouth-tingling kick. The advert featuring sweet old ladies was widely shared and referenced, becoming more memorable than the drink. It was planned for 10 weeks. Fan petitions stretched it to several months. Scottish consumers wanted it permanent. A G-Bar refused. And with its disappearance, faded one of the rare drinks that gave fans exactly what they asked for, revealing how brands sometimes prioritize hype over happiness. At least Iron Brew Fiery was limited by design. What's coming next was supposed to be permanent until someone pointed out it tasted like window cleaner. Number 7. Pepsi Blue. Britney's biggest mistake. In 2002, PepsiCo deployed huge marketing power to launch Pepsi Blue. The electric blue colour was immediately compared to antifreeze and window cleaner. Survey data showed nearly 40% of people hesitated because it didn't look edible. Sales collapsed from 17 million cases in its partial debut year to 5 million in 2003. Vanilla Coke sold 90 million cases in the same period. By 2004, Pepsi Blue was discontinued. What disappeared here was the belief colour psychology could be ignored when branding everything else correctly. We're halfway through. And if you're enjoying this trip down memory lane, stick around because some of the next ones get a bit odd. Number 6. Yazoo Watermelon. Once in a lifetime, in 2016, Yazoo launched watermelon flavour after a fan petition. Watermelon-flavoured milk was marketed as a once-in-a-lifetime release. At £1, 20 pence to £1, 40 pence per 400 millilitre bottle, Yazoo positioned itself as an adult treat rather than a children's drink. Fans pushed for permanence. The flavour remained limited edition alongside others like Choc Mint and Choc Caramel before vanishing. Artificial watermelon mixed with dairy divided drinkers instantly. You either loved the novelty or found it wrong. And with its disappearance went some of the last willingness major brands had to try genuinely weird combinations. At least Yazoo experimented with bold flavours. But Coca-Cola tried to push something smarter and more sophisticated into Britain next. and it never quite landed with our taste buds. Number 5. 5 Alive Citrus, the American invasion. In 1981, Minute Maid, owned by Coca-Cola, launched 5 Alive Citrus as an American juice brand attempting to conquer British markets. The blend of orange, lemon, grapefruit, tangerine and lime came with the catchphrase "Get a taste for life" and ran on memorable UK TV adverts. Packaged in distinctive Tetra Pak cartons, it felt like something straight out of an American lunchbox. 5 Alive was positioned slightly above everyday soft drinks in both attitude and price, making it feel like a more grown-up choice than Ribena or cheaper corner shop classics. It was the carton you picked when you wanted something a bit smarter than your usual pop. Coca-Cola later launched berry citrus and tropical citrus variants, but they had even shorter UK runs. British drinkers remained loyal to familiar flavours, and many weren't keen to pay more for something that tasted like concentrated orange juice blended with other citrus notes. By 1994, Coca-Cola had moved its focus to Fruitopia in the same youth market space, and 5 Alive gradually disappeared from UK shelves by the late 1990s, though it continued in places like Canada. When it faded, we lost an American import that never quite clicked with British taste buds, along with a reminder that even Coca-Cola experiments don't always go national. At least 5 Alive tried to be sophisticated, offering something smarter than everyday pop. At least 5 Alive tried to be sophisticated, offering something smarter than everyday pop. But Coca-Cola's experiments in Britain didn't end there. What's Coming Next promised a completely new sensation, right up until its icy gimmick pushed drinkers away. In 1998, AG Bar launched Tizer Ice, containing menthol for a cold sensation even at room temperature. Marketing slogans like "Freeze Your Head" promised something new, and the mascot became an icy variation of Ed the Head. The menthol burn was polarizing. Some loved the chilly kick. Others found it chemical, like Fizzy mouthwash. The novelty faded quickly, and rebranding as Ice by Tizer didn't help. Then came controversy. A 1999 print advert showed children pressed against glass with the slogan, "How many kids can you get in your fridge?" Safety groups criticized it as inappropriate. Poor sales, consumer rejection, and the backlash killed the product within a year. By 1999, Tizer Ice was removed from sale. And when it vanished, so too did a rare attempt to innovate through sensation rather than flavour. At least Tizer Ice tried to change how a drink felt. What's Coming Next promised health in every sip, until testing revealed there wasn't much to back that claim. Number 3. Lucozade Graffiti. The petition to save the planet. Lucozade. Graffiti achieved legendary status despite its short run. Described as the go-to beverage for ages 11 to 17, it lived in corner shops and school breaks during the era of Alcopop-style branding. A Change.org petition years later joked its return could save the planet from complete catastrophe. Fans signed for nostalgia alone. And with its disappearance, vanished a cultural touchstone for a specific generation. One of those products that becomes identity, not flavour. Speaking of drinks that became more than drinks, this next one sparked a health scandal. Number 2. Ribena Spark, the vitamin C lie. From the late 1990s through 2011, Ribena Spark sat between health drink and fizzy treat. Packaged in cans, it made classic Ribena feel less medicinal. Then came the 2007 scandal. New Zealand students proved some ready-to-drink Ribena contained undetectable vitamin C levels despite advertising claims. Multiple Ribena variants vanished. British consumers preferred traditional blackcurrant, and what drained away with it was the belief fizzy drinks could be good for you. But at least Ribena Spark pretended to be healthy. What's Coming Next never pretended at all. Number 1. Panda Pops, strawberry jelly and ice cream. The 10p childhood. From 1976 through 2011, Panda Pops embodied working-class childhood. At 10 to 20 pence per bottle, when pocket money was £1 to £3 weekly, they were the affordable treat. Intensely sweet, artificial chemical pink, often warm because you never had a chilled one, church fêtes, school discos, corner shops, birthday parties. Nichols discontinued them in 2011, blaming mum's concerns. They became a symbol of childhood obesity and artificial colours. Schools banned them by the late 2000s. When revived sugar-free in 2014, nostalgia didn't return. In 2020, Scottish Sun readers voted Panda Pops the #1 retro drink they wanted back. And when they vanished, so too did the pocket money economy that gave working-class kids autonomy. And the uncomfortable truth that cheap treats mattered because they were what we could afford. So that's 10 British fizzy drinks that vanished from our shelves. But I know I've missed your favourite. These weren't just beverages, they were pieces of who we were. When we share these memories, we keep that connection alive. Remember buying that warm Panda Pop at the church fete, tongue-turning pink? Which one takes you straight back? Share this with someone who still remembers when 20 pence bought happiness in a sticky bottle.